Welcome to this basketball broadcast brought to you by WHOU and WFKT by Bowers Funeral Home, the County Federal Credit Union, TNT, Northern Maine Community College, Scoville Building Supply, FAP Body, United Insurance, J. McLaughlin Construction, Daigle Oil Company, Priority Auto Sales, Rick Hannigan Plumbing, Cushman & Sons, KVHC, County Ag and Turf, Holton Tire and Steelstone, Maine Equipment, Griffith Ford, Napa and Coastal Auto Parts, Pat's Pizza, Madigan Home Healthcare, Pioneer Times, Pioneer Broadband, Thompson and Hamill, Aroostook Limousines, Huber Engineered Woods, Jeans Electronics, County Physical Therapy, Katahdin Trust Company, White Smiles, Maine Baseball Academy, S.W. Collins, Nortrax, Herring Brothers. Now let's go down to the floor.
Ranked number 11 right now in Class C.
Yeah, if they can find a way to get a win, it's a boatload of points. I bet it would bump them up 3 or 4 spots, and they're still, they're in a prelim no matter what. As long as they can win a couple more games.
If we're being honest, this one is a little bit of a David and Goliath type game. You've got one team that comes in here averaging just over 70 points a game on the season, and that's in Southern Aroostook, who, even though despite the fact that they play in one lower division, the two-time defending state champions, they have not lost in a while. Again, they're 13-0, coming off a 73-40 victory over Hodgdon. The team they're going to be facing, Fort Kent, Rob, they're only averaging 28 points a game in their last 4 and about 35 points a game on the season. So, they're going to have to really slow things down, take the air completely out of the ball as much as possible, and limit possession opportunities for Southern Aroostook. If there's a lot of possessions, it could be,
right,
late early.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And Southern's going to come out. They're not going to let them play a half-court game. They're going to want to press it. Their bread and butter is their half-court trap. They're really good at that, and probably this team traps and presses as well as some of those other teams. They're really quick, and Fort Kent's going to have to really take care of the ball.
And we just saw this Fort Kent team play the other night at Central Aroostook. It was a 60-36 victory for the Panthers. Desiree Hafford, though, had herself a heck of a game. She was over 20 points in that game, Rob. She's got that kind of non-traditional set shot. Well, I say actually probably very traditional, but just going back about 50 years. Her feet don't leave the floor, but she had a great game both from the inside and getting out in breaks.
Yeah, and she'll shoot it from 5 feet behind the line and make it. She made a few long ones up there.
Yep. And then, Larissa Daigle, a freshman guard for Fort Kent, plays all the time, starts, plays almost every minute of the game. Shaylee Gendreau, Madison Saucier, Kaylee Guimond, those typically are the starting 5. Their keys are really going to have to be, at least in my opinion, controlling the glass, because Southern Aroostook's quite a bit bigger. Not a ton of size on this Fort Kent team.
Right. They are bigger and maybe a little bit more athletic. Michaela Porter is a 5'10" point guard, and you're not going to see many of those in girls basketball in Class D. She sees the floor really well, too, Michaela does. A great passer, and, good shot maker, and not just her. Maddie Russell, super athletic, can sometimes be a one-man press. They're getting big contributions from Maddie all year long.
Of course, Casey Daggett, they were afraid they might lose her. She'd started the school year down in a different school district, decided that she wanted to come back to this area, and looks like she's happy to be here. She's out dancing during warm-ups, and, of course, they're happy to have her. Casey, one of the top post players in really all of northern Maine. And then, of course, Emma Netto, Paige Vose have been getting a ton of time. And then some of these 8th graders, Rob, that's the other thing, is this team, they've got a lot of youth coming up through the ranks as well.
Yeah, they just keep reloading. They got to see them play a lot this year against Holton's junior high, and they're very talented 8th graders for sure.
Yeah, they sure do. When they played the first time back on December 14th, it was a 69-38 victory for Southern Aroostook. We'll yet to see what's going to happen here today. We're going to go ahead, step aside, take another break, send it back to the station for some messages. When we come back in 3 minutes, we'll preview what we've got coming up the rest of the weekend, and then look forward to next week here on WHOU. Back in 3 minutes.
At the Maine Baseball Academy, our top priority is to create an experience of advanced learning and skill development for all ages. The YMCA Indoor Turf Facility has many resources that we use to our advantage while developing young athletes. Our top-tier coaching staff includes Director of Operations Ryan Lincoln and John Fry, Searsport District High School, Cody Collins, Bangor Christian Schools, and Cam Archer, Old Town High School. Follow us on Facebook at Maine Baseball Academy or call today for more information.
Pioneer Fiber to the Home is now available in Holton, Sherman, Stacyville, Calais, and Baileyville. Streaming live events in high definition like high school basketball is best viewed with the most stable and fastest connections. Pioneer Broadband delivers state-of-the-art fiber directly into your home to handle all of your most demanding internet needs. Don't get left behind with slower technology. Get the fiber you need. Pioneer Broadband.
Hi from Jeans, where you'll find better TV and more ways to enjoy it. Get 190 channels for $59.99 a month with Dish. Plus, get a free voice remote on us. And remember, we're also trained Nest Pros and deliver white glove service for all kinds of smart home solutions, like the Google Nest Learning Thermostat or the Google Nest Cam Outdoor, which lets you look after your home from anywhere so you can travel worry-free. So come and visit our newest location on Stillwater in Bangor, or visit us online to find a local store near you.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car.
Sorry.
You could also light a pile of money on fire.
Sorry.
Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
County Ag and Turf Supply is at its new home on 7 Dow Siding Road in Caribou, offering the same great service. Randy and Jerry are working hard to supply the county with the best products. They offer Blue Seal Feed, Sentinel, Inspire, and Dynasty and Triple Crown for your equine, Home Fresh Extra Egg and Multi-Flock Pellets, and Crumples and Mealworm for your poultry, Entrust Pet Food for your cat or dog, Minerals for your beef and dairy. They have feed for all your livestock. County Ag and Turf Supply also has wood pellets, lubricants, and of course, Willow the Blue Seal Rabbit on the premises. Stop by County Ag and Turf Supply today.
We want to welcome you back here on WHOU. There's still about 3.5 minutes left as we look up at the Coastal Auto Parts scoreboard. We'll remind you, Coastal Auto Parts is your local Napa Auto Parts dealer, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares, with stores in Caribou, Presque Isle, Holton, and East Mill and Knocket. They'll be sponsoring the scoreboard, as they have been all season long throughout this game. And telling you what we've got here on WHOU on the docket already today. Got a number of games and events taking place in Old Town. It was the Holton boys coming up with a win in game number 1 over the Coyotes. In game number 2, it's the Old Town girls picking up a win over Holton. So the two schools will earn a split there. The other games we had here, or other event, I should say, on WHOU is the MPH here Regional Championships, as they were taking place down in both Bangor and Augusta. Fred and crew were down there covering those events. Still are. They started at 9 a.m. I'm sure it's a long day for the boss, but he's down there working the event and bringing all of that back to folks who couldn't make it down there.
Yeah, he puts in a lot of hours, that's for sure.
Sure does.
He needs to give himself a raise.
I'll tell him that next time we see him. His wife, I'll tell her instead. And then on Monday, we're going to have the same Southern Aroostook girls as they make the trip up to Mars Hill. They'll take on the Central Aroostook Panthers in what should be a rematch of what was a pretty good game the first time they connected on the season. That game will start at 7 o'clock. Coverage begins at 6:45. And you and I, Rob, will be at Hodgson High School, where it's going to be GHCA and the Hodgson Hawks squaring off. That, too, is a 7 o'clock start. 6:45 will be the coverage time beginning for us. And, any final thoughts as we look ahead to this ball game, Rob, and just kind of the weekend in general? It's been a lot of good games.
Yeah, absolutely. It's moving time, right? It's like the third round moving day or moving time. Where can get yourself up in the standings. If you're out of the picture, you can get yourself back in it. It has to be now. It has to be in the next few games because it's now or never.
Right. And, of course, you're keeping an eye on other team scores if you're a coach and hoping you can pick up a few of those help points.
Well, the nice thing about it nowadays is the scores get put on there immediately. Back in the day, you used to have to call people, and it took days for them to get posted, and the heels only came out on Sundays.
Yeah.
When this
couldn't
wasn't
wait
a few
for the
years ago,
newspaper to be
yeah,
printed that one
right.
time a week that they'd have it. I remember being in the high school library. Everybody would fight over it to see who could get it first and take a look at things.
Yep. Things have changed, that's for sure.
Yeah, pretty instantaneous, so long as most of the ADs do a pretty good job of getting the scores reported pretty immediately. We're going to take it down courtside where the superintendent of schools here at Southern Aroostook, John Porter, is going to bring you the starting lineups brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union. They're a community-based financial institution with nearly 20,000 members. They have branches in Caribou, Presque Isle, Fort Fairfield, Holton, and soon-to-be open location in Mars Hill. Visit one of their branches to see why membership makes a difference.
Senior number 20, Madison Saucier. Junior number 4, Shaylee Jones. Sophomore number 11, Cassidy O'Leary. Freshman number 2, Larissa Davis. Now the starting lineup for the home Warriors coach by Cliff Burkhardt. Senior number 12, Michaela Porter. Junior number 3, Paige Bode. Junior number 4, Evan Neto. Junior number 14, Casey Daggett. Freshman number 15, Madison Russell. Warriors' next home game is Wednesday, January 29th versus Woodland. Game times are 4:30 and 6 p.m.
All right, so we're just about ready to get this game underway. It's going to be Southern Aroostook coming out in their home whites with the purple trim, and Fort Kent in their traveling green with the white trimming. Your officials for today's ball game will be Mr. Girardin and Mr. Day.
Two-man crew here. Probably a pretty busy day. Of course, some officials, you give an availability sheet, and it could be a situation where some people weren't able to officiate today.
Absolutely. Once again, starting lineups brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union. For Fort Kent, it will be Hafford, Saucier, Gendro, O'Leary, and Daigle. And for the Southern Aroostook Warriors, it'll be Michaela Porter, Paige Vose, Emma Neto, Casey Daggett, and Madison Russell. Southern Aroostook wins the tip. Porter is going to try a three. The team has the lead just 8 seconds into the ball game.
Yeah, great kick-out pass and a nice shot by Porter. Looked like it almost might have been a set play.
Daigle swings the ball around. This time right side. It's going to be Saucier. Way out top now, Shaylee Gendro. Fort Kent's going to be very patient. We said how they want to slow things down. The quick hands of Maddie Russell, though, will prevent that from happening as we see a foul will occur. Daigle had to reach in, otherwise there's going to be an easy 2 points for Russell.
Yeah. So fast out in the open court, Maddie Russell. She gets ahead of you. It's going to be hard catching her.
So Daigle picks up the first foul of the game. At the line, Maddie Russell misses the first free throws. It went in and out. Russell's second free throw up, and that is good. 4-0 lead here for Southern Aroostook. Daigle being guarded by Russell. Now to Hafford. Kicks it out, O'Leary. Once again, Fort Kent trying to be patient. They'd like to limit possessions here. See Daigle. Now around. Saucier. Right side beyond the arc, and it's going to be a turnover again. It's going to be Russell. Southern Aroostook looks to push the tempo. Russell, way beyond the arc, lines it up from downtown, can't get it to go. Marissa Daigle snatches down the rebound. Saucier lines one up from beyond the arc. No good. Neto grabs the board.
Pretty good look, just couldn't knock it down.
Neto wants to go coast to coast, and a blocking foul will occur. It's going to be Desiree Hafford. Multiple players end up. It's like a
bowling pins.
3-car pileup.
Everybody okay, though. They all have smiles on their faces. That's good to see. Don't want anyone getting hurt.
Well, Rob, that's pretty good timing. Good segue into the county physical therapy injury report.
I set you up. I did that on purpose.
Whether you want to get back to sports, back to work, or simply back to living your life, County Physical Therapy can help with 5 locations in Aroostook County and a new location in Bangor. Visit countypt.com to learn how CPT can help you. We're thankful not only were they healthy to start the game, but after that pile up, they're still healthy. 5-0 lead here for Southern Aroostook. Long pass to Hafford on the left side beyond the arc.
Southern's gone into a little bit of a trap.
Hafford gets by her defender. Kicks it in the corner to O'Leary. It's going to be stolen away by Vos. Page decides to take it herself. A 3-point attempt, just a little off the mark. Neto comes up with a rebound. Russell to Vos. Has space. She'll take another 3. Page, that one's off the mark as well. Rebound fought for, and it's going to be turned over as O'Leary just could not get the handle.
Yep. Daggett, Casey Daggett there, bothered her a little bit. Such a good offensive rebounder.
Vos looks to inbound. Nice play as it's going to be Russell with the finish.
Yep, great inbounds play there. Got exactly what they wanted, which was a layup.
Coach Urquhart's Warriors have a 7-0 lead. 5:30 to go here in the first quarter. And as Larissa Daigle went behind her back, a reaching foul is going to be called against Southern Aroostook. And it will be Emma Neto picking up her first foul. Just the first for Southern Aroostook.
Southern's trying to pick up the tempo of the game here, trying to trap a little bit.
It's going to result in a steal. Casey Daggett looks to push.
Nice
Takes the
ball
pass.
fake.
And on the rebound, Michaela Porter came up with it. She's going to have a trip to the free throw line coming up, but she was fouled.
Pretty good little show, and then stepped through for a layup by Casey Daggett. Couldn't finish, but that was an impressive fake.
3 fouls already for Fort Kent. We haven't quite played 3 minutes yet. Michaela Porter at the line. Michaela misses the first free throw. Rob, you had a chance to interview her during the boys' game. What did she say about her thoughts on playing at the next level? We know she's going to play at Husson for Kissy Walker.
Well, she's excited. Obviously, she knows she's got some work to do. Nice pass there by Porter.
Touch pass down into Casey Daggett. Makes it 9-0 Southern Aroostook.
But she's excited, and she knows it's high-level basketball. I consider Husson is very, very good basketball on both sides.
I was talking to her father. Says, how the heck is there no whistle? There's a traveling violation. A shake of the head from Coach Urquhart. Maybe a collective one from the crowd. Official could have been screened. I don't know. They got it right in the end. 4:52 remaining here in the first quarter. It's 9-0 Southern Aroostook. But anyway, I was talking to Michaelan's dad, John, the other night, and he said that Kissy will text Michaelan at least once a week and just kind of check in, see how things are going. And she said one of the more recent ones were, what's the matter? You got to blow everybody out? You can't have any close games?
Right.
They're winning by an average of about 40 points a game.
Yeah, they haven't been pushed a whole lot, that's for sure.
Michaelan receives the inbound pass, cannot get the shot to fall. Vos saves it, kicks it out. Russell's going to bury a 3. It's 12-0 now. Southern Aroostook with the lead.
Maddie Russell's worked hard and to become an improved shooter. She's been able to do it.
Michaelan looks to push, takes it, puts it up with the left hand, no good. Ball's going to be touched last out of bounds by Casey Daggett. Southern Aroostook, though, will set up the press. It's going to be a diamond and 1. Vos nearly comes up with a steal. Hafford finds O'Leary. Daigle lines one up. Larissa can't get it to go. Rebound taken away by Casey Daggett.
Yeah, they got a decent look. They handled the press that time.
Neto with a post move from the right block. Lays it up and in. It's 14-0. And both Russell and Vos were there to come up with a steal. Instead, they collided. So, Fort Kent will have the basketball. Cami Shields comes into the game. She's a good-looking 8th grader here for the Southern Aroostook team. She's already been playing lots of minutes. Russell comes up with a steal, finds Porter. Shields. Her shot no good. McKalen uses those long arms, though, to grab the rebound.
Nice pass by McKalen.
Daggett is going to put it up on the left side. She can't get the hoop to go, but a blocking foul will be called.
Quick move by Daggett there.
Shaylee Gendro will pick up the blocking foul.
She has, Casey Daggett, incredibly quick first step.
Casey misses the first free throw. We're going to see Caitlin Overlock come into the game here for Fort Kent. Casey's second free throw off the mark as well. Gendro comes up with a board. Daigle. Nice take. Puts it up, just can't get it to go. And then a foul is going to occur as O'Leary was fouled.
Again, not a bad look. Just they're not knocking down shots.
McKalen Porter picked up the foul. As Shaylee Gendro will go to the bench. Vivian Drollett
It's like you said before, in a David and Goliath type game, you have to really have everything go right. Make your shots when you get a shot, open one, and get some breaks in some other ways.
You really got to limit possessions as Shields will lay it up and in.
How about that move for the 8th grader?
Got to be a player. Daggett comes up with the steal. It's 16-0 already, Southern Aroostook. Porter up fakes, dumps it off to Daggett. Look at the two of them play.
Yeah, Porter so unselfish. Great pass there.
It's 18-0 and now another steal. Neto with a 3-on-2, feeds Porter, puts it up. And it's going to be lost out of bounds. And I'm going to say it's going to be a Southern Aroostook basketball. Last time they ran this inbound play, came into Russell, weak side all by herself. Shields lines up a three. Back iron no good. Ball's touched last out of bounds by Russell, so Fort Kent will have it. Another 8th grader, Maddie Shields, checking in here for Southern Aroostook as Neto will go to the bench. 2:43 remaining here in the first quarter. 18-0 Southern Aroostook. Daigle picks up the basketball in a tough spot. Finds Overlock. She'll line up a three. Actually, it's going to be a long two. She had a toe on the line, but it will get Fort Kent on the board. It's 18-2.
Good to see that right off the bench and knocking down a shot.
Russell to Shields. Able to save it in. Shot's going to be put up. Maddie Shields couldn't get it to go. Or Kent keeps, or Southern Aroostook rather, keeps possession. That time it's Cami Shields. With a little 5-foot jumper. And now a blocking foul will be called right at midcourt. It's going to be Cami Shields picking up her first foul.
It's going to be a timeout here, I think, by Fort Kent.
With 2:05 remaining in the first quarter, it's a 20-2 lead. Right now, Southern Aroostook with the commanding lead. We'll be back in 1 minute on WHOU.
White Smiles Family Dentistry realizes that life gets busy. We have locations in Presque Isle and Fort Fairfield to better accommodate your busy schedule. If you need to see a dentist but don't want to wait months for an appointment, then call White Smiles Family Dentistry. We are always accepting new patients and can accommodate you as quickly as possible. We offer the area's most complete dentistry, including implants, extractions, root canals, and implant-retained dentures, which saves you from trips downstate or transfers to another dental office. Don't wait months to see your dentist. Call White Smiles Family Dentistry today.
Nortrax is your John Deere construction and forestry equipment dealer for the entire state of Maine. Whether you're working hard in the woods or digging in the dirt, Nortrax has the new and used heavy equipment you need. Count on Nortrax for 24-hour parts and service support, plus around-the-clock machine monitoring with JD Link. Our service technicians, parts specialists, and product support technology reps are here to serve you. We stand ready as your John Deere construction and forestry equipment team in Maine.
Welcome back here on WHOU. Tim Tweedy, Rob Moran, Lori Susi, Chris Putnam, as well as Daniel Ross helping make today's production possible. It's a 20-3 lead now. They did change that on the scoreboard, so they ended up giving Overlock 3 instead of 2. Once they had time to talk about it, it's going to be Cassidy O'Leary with the travel.
Yeah, it looked like a 3 to me from where we are.
I didn't see any hands go up, but apparently they got it straight during that break. Either way, minute 55 now remaining here in the first quarter. It's all Southern Aroostook so far. Russell drives, kicks it down, and basket's going to be up and good. That's Callie Russell, a freshman.
Nice crossover dribble by Maddie Russell there.
And now a steal. Maddie Shields. To Porter. Out top. Back to Porter from the corner. She puts it in.
Yeah, they got everything rolling now. They're hitting outside shots, getting great dribble penetration, getting a lot of layups.
24-3 now is the score. They are a buzzsaw.
Yeah, it's. I don't know what you think, but in my opinion, it's going to take a mighty effort for somebody in Bangor to knock them off.
Yeah, we know Deer Isle's a good team. We saw Shed play them to a good game earlier in the season, but, you know, I think when you put them out there player for player, they're the most talented team. Russell fouled hard as Hafford went to prevent the shot. Looks like Russell will be okay. So Hafford's going to pick up the foul. That's going to be 16 fouls against Fort Kent. Hafford's second personal. Russell. This is the first free throw. Porter will go to the bench as Vos comes in. We're going to see Saucier come back into the game here for Fort Kent. Vivian Drolet will check out. Second free throw is good for Russell. Neto will check in for her. Coach Urquhart will check on her real quickly just to make sure she's all right. 25-3 now is the score with 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Daigle stops inside the free throw line. Can't get the shot to go off the glass. Neto with the rebound just a little bit too high for Paige Vos to handle. It's a turnover.
Right idea, right? Just got to bring it down just a bit. Want to throw it to the inside shoulder, too. You never want to throw it so somebody has to catch it on the outside shoulder and then turn around.
Daigle now to Saucier. Top of the arc. Moves it now around the right side Overlock. Down to 15 seconds now here in the first quarter.
Good job.
Defense played by Vos.
Yeah, absolutely. Moved her feet well there.
Maddie Russell up, guarding against Daigle. Overlock with 1 second. Fort Kent, unaware of the time on the clock, will not get a shot off. The first quarter ends, it's 25-3 Southern Aroostook. We'll be back in 1 minute for second quarter action on WHOU.
Nortrax is your John Deere construction and forestry equipment dealer for the entire state of Maine. We stand ready to serve all your new and used heavy equipment needs. Count on Nortrax for 24-hour parts and service support and around-the-clock machine monitoring with JD Link. Our certified technicians and parts specialists alongside our product support technology reps are here to serve you. We stand ready as your John Deere construction and forestry equipment team in Maine.
We all
all know a Aroostook County winter isn't much fun, but it can be with the right equipment. Holton Tire Company at 76 Myrna Street is your boss plow dealer and carries the King of Snow Aaron snowblowers. Full service department with parts in stock. Steelstone Industries in Holton is your location for gravel, salt, sand, paving, and plowing. Groundwork materials of all kinds and equipment to move it. Steelstone Industries is your aggregate supplier. You can visit Steelstone Industries at 154 Steelstone Street in Holton.
Welcome back. Getting ready for second quarter action here on WHOU. It's Southern Aroostook with a 25-3 lead over the Fort Kent Lady Warriors. It's game number 2. In game number 1, it was Fort Kent pulling out a 68-55 victory. We saw Jace Rochlow score his 1,000th point. He had a 45-point effort as Hafford's going to leave that three-pointer short, and then a blocking foul will be called by Cassidy O'Leary. You should stick around because when we get to halftime of this game, Rob will be speaking to Jace, not only about today's efforts, but about that milestone. And with that being the 7th team foul against Southern Aroostook, we'll see Emma Netto walk to the free throw line for a 1-on-1 opportunity. Emma makes the first free throw.
Emma does a solid job for them. She doesn't try to do too much. She just plays good defense and rebounds, and she can make shots. There's 2 free throws right there. Nothing but net on both of them.
It's 27-3. Southern Aroostook playing lockdown defense. Inside they go. Saucier kicks it out. O'Leary, her three-pointer is going to be wide of the mark, and in the rebounding action, the ball will be touched last out of bounds by Fort Kent. Rob, you talked a little bit about Class D and whether or not teams can touch Southern Aroostook. How about Class C, where Fort Kent's competing? Is it a 2-horse race between Calais and Stearns, or is there some other teams?
I mean, nice move there by Netto. I think that, Dexter with
Peyton Grant.
Yeah, I lost her name there for a minute. Anytime you have somebody like her, you get a chance. I don't think they're as strong as they've been in recent past. I would put them just maybe a notch below. You never know. Crazy things happen down there. Both those teams. Calais, I have not seen them this year, but I know they certainly can score the ball.
Both looking for the and one.
Yep, nice give and go there. Her first bucket, Paige Voses. Stearns is a team that, I think they can beat you in a lot of ways. That they get a lot of things off their press, and they have multiple players who can get 20 on any given night. So be interesting to see those two teams if they end up in the final somehow. Calais and Stearns, how that goes, because Lauren Cook and the McVicker girl, certainly great players for Calais.
It's a steal for Southern Aroostook after Vos completes a three-point play. It's 32-3 Southern Aroostook. Now, Rob, Central Aroostook, though, if something were to happen, as a good feed from Daggett finds Netto over on the weak side block, lays it up and in. Fish in a barrel, as you like to say.
Yeah, yep, that's a great pass.
But if something were to happen and you were to get into a matchup and, one of those two teams, either Stearns or Calais, were to get in foul trouble with either one of the two Alley girls, or if it's Calais, it's McVicker or Cook, is there enough there on some of these other teams to give a push?
Yeah, that's a great question, and that's something we'll find out down there. I think that there are other good players on those teams, those 4 players, 2 on each team. That there are other supporting players that are real solid as well that we don't hear as much about, but we know other players that do a lot of good things.
Addie Shields came up with the steal. The officials are going to talk. I think they're going to recognize that Hafford batted the ball off Maddie Shields' foot, and they got it right as they changed the call.
Yep, that was good work.
Defense play by Hafford to get back. 6:03 remaining here in the first half. It's all Southern Aroostook. They've got a 31-point advantage. Here is Larissa Daigle. Picks the ball up over midcourt, guarded by Russell, receives a screen from Saucier. Shaylee Gendreau. Pass was tipped by Daggett, but right back to Saucier. 3-point attempt up, no good by Larissa. Back to go the other way. Porter takes it, lays it up and in with the left hand.
What a nice pass by Maddie Russell, right off the dribble too. Right, she didn't have to throw it with two hands. She just off the bounce and put it right where she needed to put it for Porter to lay it in.
33-point lead now for the two-time defending state champions. Gendreau picks up her dribble, finds Daigle, barely ripples the net with that three. Second field goal of the game for Kent. They've both been three-pointers. And Southern Aroostook will turn the ball over.
Yeah, Southern Aroostook's a buzzsaw, like you said. There's so many weapons and so many ways to beat you. They can shoot it. They're unselfish. Get a lot of layups. They're tough on the offensive glass. Get a lot of points off their pressure, like the steal right there.
Take it. While the hoop's no good, there was some contact from behind. So that'll result in some free throws coming up. As that was Emily Landry drawing contact. Again, just an 8th grader. That's the other piece. The Southern Aroostook team, again, is so young. They're going to lose Michaela Porter and then a full stop period. That's it. Everybody else is back.
Yep, that's a big loss, but certainly you get a lot of groceries in the cupboard, as they like to say.
Sure are.
Something going on here with the official.
Well, Coach O'Leary wasn't happy about where the official was when the call was made, but from this vantage point, that was the right call. There was contact. I think he was upset about how far the official was back from the play, and it came in just a little late, but it's a good call. There definitely was contact. So, 2 free throws coming up. Now that they've got things squared away. At the line, it's going to be Emily Landry. Emily's going to miss the first free throw. We'll see Addie Shields head to the bench.
Emery Landry, just an 8th grader as well.
How about Lexi Ratcliffe? She's an 8th grader coming into the game. As a blocking foul is going to be called on Daggett. You know, some of what Coach Urquhart can put out there could be, honestly, a starting lineup on a middle school team, and they could compete with a lot of varsity teams.
Oh, yeah.
You look at this, Rob. They've got Landry, Shields, Cammie Shields, so both Maddie and Cammie Shields, and Ratcliffe, all 4 8th graders. They've already all been in the game. Maddie Russell is a great player already. She's right on cue, takes it, misses a layup, followed in by Porter. You know, Maddie, just a freshman. She played a ton last year as an 8th grader. You put the 4 of them out there, they might still be the #1 team in class.
No, absolutely.
Class D.
I think their second team could be a tournament team.
Yeah.
The D girls, I really do.
I'm with you.
I don't know.
I don't think that's a bold statement. I think you're absolutely right. His 3-point attempt up, missed by Russell.
I'm sure.
We're not saying they're going to win it all, but you said just a tournament team.
Right.
And
I think they would be a tournament team.
It's no insult to anybody else,
No.
but you watch, they bring players in off the bench, and they don't seem to skip a beat.
No, they all blend right in. Like, they all can make layups. They all can make open shots. They all handle the ball decently.
It's 38-6. We're midway through this second quarter. Now a player control foul is going to be called. Picking it up for Fort Kent will be Allie Morgan. Just kind of lowered that shoulder a little bit. 10 team fouls now against Fort Kent, but it was a player control, so no free throws coming up. Check again will be Jenna Brooks, a freshman here for Southern Aroostook. We'll see Emily Landry go to the bench.
I'm pretty sure Coach Urquhart wouldn't like us saying that, but that's what I think.
I think if you look at all the players that they've had over the last few years. I mean, they graduated a lot of talent last year, and practicing against those players every day has got to make you better.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's Oh, somebody's hurt out there.
Saucier went down pretty hard, and it appears as though she's got a lower body injury as she's having a hard time putting any weight. I don't know if it's an ankle or a knee, but either way, you don't like to see that. Madison Saucier, the senior, will make her way over to the bench. There's 3:34 remaining here in the first half. It's 38-6. Southern Aristic. They've held Fort Kent to just 2 field goals here. Both were 3-pointers. Casey Daggett at the free throw line. Her first free throw is up and off the mark. Casey's second free throw is good.
It's kind of amazing, these kids for Southern Aristic. A lot of them, their parents were players, and we remember, and it's kind of like the second generation coming through. With they all had, you look at Maddie Russell, her dad's Brett. Brett was a great player, and Kim.
You said one time for your money, maybe the best ever all-around athlete down here?
For my money, I mean, I only date back to the, the early to mid-'80s, really the mid-'80s, but I mean, I know he was a great basketball player and a great baseball player, and I'm pretty sure he was a really good soccer player, so yeah. And then you got Casey Daggett, her mom, Jessica Walker.
Tremendous player. Great
player. And there's a bunch of other ones. And there's getting to be some on the boys' side, too. The boys' side here had a rough day today, but they're going to have better days ahead.
Hafford couldn't get the 3 to go. The putback up by Daigle. She couldn't get it to go. Crossover dribble by Russell, just blows by her defender. Takes it with the left hand, lays it up and in.
Yeah, she's a player. She is a
normal move for a freshman.
No. Not done at a normal speed either. She's so athletic.
Hafford looks in underneath, but the pass was just a little bit too high. She wanted to try to connect with Morgan. That'll turn the ball over. 2:54 now remaining here in the first half. Russell swings the ball around. Jenna Brooks. Neto lines up a jump shot from along the baseline. No good. Rebound is going to be taken down. I'm sorry, I said that was Saucier. That was Overlock who came out of the game.
Nice take right there.
Neto grabbed the rebound.
By Daigle, just couldn't finish.
Brooks, nice look on the inside. A layup is going to be up and in by Lexi Ratcliffe.
I'll tell you, another thing that impresses me about them, they're all looking for the next pass. They throw a lot of diagonals for layups, and that's happened about 4 or 5 times at least.
Well, you mentioned Coach Russell, and he's coaching the boys team now, but he's put a lot of time in with this girls group.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people have really, I mean, these kids are coming up, they're getting to 8th grade, and they're pretty skilled. And there's a lot of people behind it, and it's not 1 or 2 kids like in a lot of places. There's multiple kids, and that means that they've been coached all the way up through. I know Jimmy Lyons does a lot with the youth programs down here, and there's a lot of other people as well.
Samantha Roy checks in here for Fort Kent. We're going to see both of the Shields girls, Cami and Maddie, check in here for Southern Aristic.
They have a chance. You don't want to put the cart before the horse here, but they have a chance to have a historic type of run.
Now you're right. There's a bump by Shields. That's what Coach Urquhart's not going to want to hear.
No.
He's going to get on you and I. We're both good friends with him, and he goes back and listens to this. So friends like you guys, putting the pressure on him.
I'm going to blame it on you.
It's right there on the audio. Daigle.
Didn't you tell me to say that stuff off the air?
I give you your cue cards. You just read them.
Yes.
Daigle kicks the ball out. It's Roy. Down to 1:20 here left in the first half. Hafford wants to start her drive. Good defense played by Cami Shields. Yeah, good take. Hafford just couldn't get it to go. Rebound taken down as they look up. Unable to finish was Ratcliffe. Putback opportunity no good. Ball's on the floor. Cami Shields has it. She's going to pivot. Her turnaround shot no good. Southern Heuristic stays with it, and it's the 8th grader Lexi Ratcliffe laying it up and in.
They did a nice job keeping the ball high there, Lexi Ratcliffe did.
45-6 as the ball is batted away. We'll see who touched it last as the officials look at each other. It'll remain with Fort Kent. I'll tell you one more time, coming up here on the Katahdin Trust Company halftime show, which is just moments away, Jace Roshlow will be making his way over, so you don't want to miss that interview. He'll get to talk about all the fun he had today. Not only scoring 45 points and picking up the win, but he got his 1,000th point today.
Yeah, I'm sure he was happier about the win, but dropping 45 is not a bad thing either.
It's not a bad day. Shields picked up the foul. That's Maddie Shields for Southern Heuristic. They're now down to 35 seconds. A runner put up, no good. Samantha Roy's shot was just a little bit short. Jenna Brooks picks up her dribble, finds Cami Shields. Cami dribbles with the left hand, and she's going to be whistled for steps.
They kind of lost her balance there a little bit and slipped when she was trying to kick that ball, caused her to take the little extra shuffle.
Larissa Daigle just walked the ball up the court. She's got 15 seconds here to help her team get the final shot of the half. Ball's going to be lost, though, by Hafford. Brooks looks up, 5 seconds, finds Shields. Cami Shields will light it up from downtown. Can't get it to go. Putback opportunity, no good. Would have counted. Just didn't fall. But everything else going Southern Heuristic's way, they're going to have a 45-6 lead at the half. Once again, we'll be speaking to Jace Roshlow when we have the Katahdin Trust Company halftime show coming up. Don't go too far. We'll be back in 2 minutes on WHOU.
Aroostook Limousines and Ace Rent-A-Car get you there in style. Aroostook Limousines has 8 and 12-passenger limousines and a 20-passenger party bus for evenings out, proms, weddings, birthdays, concerts, whatever the celebration. Travel anywhere in-state. And Ace Rent-A-Car specializes in insurance rentals and has locations in Presque Isle, Holton, and Patton at Savage Paint and Body. Ace offers everything from compact cars to vans. Ace Rent-A-Car. We do it right and we make it easy. Reach both businesses at 768-7368.
Excellence at ground level is what you get with J. McLaughlin Construction in Holton. Founded in 2012, the company plans the construction of streets, residential areas, and commercial buildings, and they are involved in both public and private projects. Their high-quality work and many years of experience have earned them an excellent reputation and a loyal client base. Regardless of whether you need a detailed plan for a building or would like to build a road, J. McLaughlin Construction is your reliable partner for all your engineering needs. Call J. McLaughlin Construction at 532-6335 or 694-2546.
Outfit your vehicle for tough jobs with commercial truck body and accessories at Main Equipment in Herman, Maine. At Main Equipment Company, we sell and install truck bodies, lift systems, garbage removal applications, and snow and sand spreading applications. Storage boxes and bed liners is also available. Call us at 207-848-5738. Dump bodies, hook lift hoists, truck bodies, sand and salt spreaders, rubbish packers. The right fit for your truck. The premier company in the state of Maine. Main Equipment Company.
The County.me, your source for county-wide sports, including scores and highlights from the greater Holton, Presque Isle, and Caribou regions. We also are the source for all the latest daily news and community happenings for readers of the Holton Pioneer Times, the Star Herald, and the Aroostook Republican and News coverage area. Visit us now on the web at thecounty.me.
We all know that fresh new paint can quickly transform the look and feel of your home. Our trained staff can help you select the best paint and color for your mood and budget with our new Color Journeys color matching system. Best look paint and primer in one. It's easier than ever to do it yourself, and it means less time and money spent on the project. Make your personal color statement and go where the builders go for quality do-it-best paint at the best price. The S.W. Collins Company in Caribou, Presque Isle, Holton, Lincoln, and Fort Kent.
Welcome back to Southern Heuristic High School, where we are at the half of a 45-6 game with Southern Heuristic over Fort Kent. With me now is Mr. Jace Rushello again. Thanks for being with us. He
Yeah.
stuck around. He could have gone home, and it's a long trek up to Fort Kent, but he agreed to stick around, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, great game today. You had 45 points. I'm pretty sure my numbers are pretty close to being right. On your way to Bangor, I think, regardless of what happens, but still some work to do. Talk about who you got coming up between now and the end of the season.
We have Madawaska coming up, and they're a decent team. I'm pretty sure we'll handle them, though. And then we have Woodland again, and then we have to still play Central twice, Central Rustic.
So you have plenty of points
Yes.
available for sure, and you're sitting in a good place. Now, you guys were one for a little while, and I'm sure you'd love to go one. I don't really think when I coach, I didn't really think there's ever too many easy games in Bangor, but certainly you'd rather play somebody in the 7-8 vicinity, because then you can go scout them.
Yep.
Right. And versus somebody in the 4-5 vicinity. And in Class C, it encompasses all over the place. I mean, you got teams from Dexter, another good team, all the way up to Fort Kent. So,
Yeah.
So, getting that 1 or 2 or 3 seed is certainly important. Tell me about what you think and what you've heard about some of these other teams. You guys are up in Fort Kent. That's a ways away from some places, but I'm sure you pay attention to the heel point standings.
Yeah, we do. We know Central Rustic's worth a lot of points. I'm pretty sure they were in first before we played this game today. We know we have to guard Bradbury and Thomas. So we know those are their two main players. Woodland has a guy named Plissy.
Yep, Chris Plissy.
Yeah.
Yep, good player.
And we all know that Central and Woodland move the ball well, and they're strong, and they both like to crash the board. So.
Right, and of course Dexter. They were undefeated the last I knew. The Dexter boys. I don't know if you know. You probably don't know their coach, but a guy named Peter Murray, great coach, really well coached, and they're a team. They play really good defense. I don't think they score the ball maybe as much as you guys do, but they're a pretty solid defensive team.
Yeah.
So last year you guys had a great season, and you had a tough prelim game, and that can happen. That's why nobody wants to play a prelim. Callis came up. They had a hot night. You guys had a cold night, and you weren't able to make it to Bangor. So it's going to mean, what's it going to mean for you to get to Bangor?
Well, it means everything, really. It's my senior year. I want to go as far as possible. I know we have the right team and the right mindset to go as far as we can. I think we have a really good chance to actually get to the state game.
Yep.
We are a little undersized, but our speed takes up for that, and our heart. We make sure our heart is bigger than our opponents.
And I didn't think, and of course Southern's a little bigger than you guys. I didn't see it as a game today where you got pummeled on the glass at all. I thought you guys competed very well on the glass. They got a few offensive rebounds, but that's always going to happen. Doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're bigger or small, the other team's going to get some offensive rebounds. 1,000-point score. A lot of people, I'm sure, have put a lot into you. Not just you, but you've had to put time in too. So what's that mean to you as far as that goes? I mean, I know you must have had some good coaching because you're very skilled. I think I know a little bit about basketball, and you are a very skilled player. So you must have put a lot of time in, and you must have had some good coaching.
Yeah, ever since I can remember, at my house, we set up a basketball hoop, and I actually tore out the grass. At my house, we'd move it to the other side, and then I wore the grass out on that side. And then growing up, I had Travis Delisle as a coach, and he's a very good coach. He's well-rounded about everything, and he taught me the fundamentals of basketball. And then all the way up till 8th grade, that's when he stopped coaching me. Then I have to thank my old coach, Derek Cooper.
Yep.
Me and Coach Cooper. Put in a lot of work every year. Every summer I was in the weight room with him. We would have 2-hour workouts, and I'd put up shots. He would teach me moves, and we would just talk about the game. And then just my teammates and my new coaches this year, Chad Sear and Larry Murphy, I have to thank them a lot for trusting me and knowing when I'm hot and running plays for me to get me open. I wouldn't have been able to do it without like my previous coaches and my teammates now and my coaches this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And Larry Murphy's been at it for a long time. He's a good friend of mine and great coach. Well, listen, you seem like a very humble young man. We appreciate you being with us and hope you guys have a deep run. We'll be down there. WHOU will be down there. We hope you have a nice deep run in Bangor, and good luck the rest of the season.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We're going to take a 1-minute break and bring it back on WHOU.
For drivers from Patton to Bangor and everywhere in between, buying from Thornton Brothers is a rewarding experience.
At Affordable Plumbing, we buy all our vans through Thornton Brothers. Not only do they have excellent customer service, but I'm treated like family when I walk through the door.
Get a fresh start with great deals on select new 2019 and 2020 Ram trucks and vans during the Start Something New sales event. Thornton Brothers in Lincoln, your hometown dealer, wherever your hometown may be.
Be good for Nana, okay? I love you. That's not me.
A moment like this is decades in the making. The County Federal Credit Union, partnering with you to achieve financial success so you can enjoy the moments that matter. CountyFCU.org.
Welcome back here on WHOU. As we begin the third quarter, it's going to be Desiree Hafford making the three. I'm sorry. On the other end. Looking the wrong way, Rob. There's Hafford.
Yes, you called it ahead of time.
Nostradamus over here.
A little precognizant.
We're a little bit preoccupied.
Precognition. Is that the word? I don't know. I got to ask you. You know those words.
No, that's your territory. That's one of the many things you bring to the table here in this partnership.
Well, Hafford with another one.
She could not get that three to fall. Neto unable to save it. So it's 48-9. 7:15 remaining now here in the third quarter. You got any high scorers here from the first half?
Sure. For Southern, Michaela Porter had 11. Emma Neto had 9, and Maddie Russell had 9. And for Fort Kent, Larissa Daigle and Caitlin Overlock each had 3 apiece.
As the ball is tipped out of bounds, last touched by Cassidy O'Leary. Southern Aroostook will keep it. Vos is going to inbound the ball. Russell. Daggett has it stolen away. O'Leary looks to push. Kicks the ball out right side. It's Hafford, gets into the lane, loses the ball, but then gains it back, and then she's going to give the ball right over to Michaela Porter.
Nice crossover.
Such good left hand.
Yeah, right to left crossover, gave her all kinds of space.
50-9 is the score. Hafford kicks it out O'Leary. Saucier, dangerous pass. Daggett batted it away. Let's see who touched it last. It's going to be Casey Daggett. Samantha Roy tried to track the ball down. O'Leary gives the ball up to Roy.
Southern came back with their starters, but I don't think they'll last a whole long time.
Neto looks to push. Finds Porter, who lays it up and in. You know, Rob, that begs a good question. Some of the teams you've had, and I don't know if you've had a team that's been quite as dominant as what the Southern Aroostook girls are this year, as Hafford lays it in with the left hand, but where's that balance? You've got to give some minutes to these kids. They need to be conditioned for the postseason. They've got plenty of things to continue to work on. I mean,
right.
They're not unbeatable.
No,
you've got things you want to work on. You've got deficiencies.
Yeah, no.
But then
just for
you get accused of being a poor sport if you keep them in too long. So where's the balance?
It's tough. It's tough. Play them a few minutes in the third quarter, maybe 1 or 2 in the fourth. It's a great chance to get other kids minutes too, but Yeah, it is. It's very hard. You're trying to get ready for the postseason.
Which is obviously true, when you have some games in your schedule that are like that. But when it's nearly all of your games, which for Southern Heuristic, that's close to being the case. Again, they've had a couple good games. Central Heuristic gave them a great game, as did Shed, as a steal, and then the bucket left-hand layup up and in by Maddie Russell. She's going to have a chance for the hoop and the harm. When it's 14 out of your 18 games or 15 games out of your 18 games on the season, Rob, that's a different story than if it's 4 games, that you're going to probably win by 30, 40 points.
Right. Yeah, no, it makes it hard. I think it makes it hard because iron sharpens iron, right? Tough games make you better.
And really what it does, it makes practice just that much more crucial. You've got to somehow, as a coach, find a way to continually challenge them in the practice setting.
Yeah, and that's not always easy to do, but these girls are pretty deep. Like we talked about, they're second 5. They can throw a decent 5 out there.
Vos took it in and was blocked by Daigle. It's going to remain Southern Heuristic's basketball. Morgan's going to check into the game here for Fort Kent. Daggett has the ball along the baseline out top. Vos back to Casey, who puts the ball on the floor, spins with their left hand. Strong take, just could not get it to go. Rebound cleared by Saucer, then given back. Vos inside. Daggett's going to be stripped, and haven't seen an indication yet.
Yeah, it's going to be green. It went off her Daggett's foot out of bounds. That was a great strip.
It's 55-11, 4:30 remaining here in the third quarter. Game number 1 saw Fort Kent pick up a 68-55 victory over Southern Heuristic. On the boys' side, that three-pointer is going to be put up strong for Samantha Roy. She follows her own shot, lays it up and in.
Good little runner there by Sam Roy, her first bucket.
55-13. Three-pointer by Vos, left short. Porter nearly got a steal. Daigle intelligently watches Porter come in from behind. Now it's going to be Russell. She has a steal. She's going to take it. Good defense played by Daigle to stick right with the play, make it tough for Russell.
Yeah, so didn't give up on it, ran back hard.
Fort Kent coming back the other direction. Three-point attempt up, no good, as Morgan couldn't get the shot to go. Neto splits 2 defenders, lays it up and in.
I've been real impressed with her today, Emma Neto. She's a big, she's shown an ability to put the ball on the floor some.
Vos with the steal, and then Hafford with the bump out along the sideline. Good hands there by Bailey Vos. I'm sorry, Paige Vos. Bailey's the younger sister. She'll be in a uniform before we know it.
Yeah, absolutely. Big soccer family.
They are. They went with you and I down to watch
and we
game
need
down
to,
in Connecticut.
You need to set up another one of those trips.
Well,
the Tweedy travel tours need to start back up.
Traveling violation on.
But
Maddie
no,
Russell.
2 of them had a great time.
I looked. They're doing that tournament again, but the closest they're coming this time will be Red Bull Stadium, which is in New Jersey. They call it New York, but it's
you can't get us a bus to Jersey. I know you've got connections.
I could. Do you think we could fill a bus if people want to go that far?
I don't know.
We fill the bus pretty easily for Connecticut.
I would probably go. It's not that much further, is it? Probably a couple more hours.
Probably more to do in New York as well. Roy.
Start up a tour business, Tweedy Travel Tours.
Could be my number 1 customer.
I would. I'd expect a discount, though. You know me. I like a deal.
That doesn't sound like you at all.
Not going to say thrifty.
Maddie Shields makes a little 8-footer. It's 59-13 now.
Kind of physical out there, right there. Holy mackerel.
Hafford and Russell collide, and they go down into a pile. It's going to be a blocking foul called on Russell. Just her first, team's first of the second half. Ball comes in. Hafford. Goes baseline, blocked from behind by Russell. Good block by the freshman. as Fort Kent inbounds the ball. It's going to be Gracie Landry. Ball's going to be on the floor. A couple different players get in and tie it up. Amongst them was Morgan, and the arrow is going to remain with Fort Kent.
Fort Kent's still playing hard. You got to give them credit.
Strong take to the hoop, no good. Hafford, though, able to track down the loose ball. Over along the left side, three-point attempt is going to be put up off the mark as Landry could not get it to go. Cami Shields back the other way, 2 passes and a layup.
Yep, nice finish there too. A little bit of a contact. She's able to finish through it.
It's a 48-point lead here for Southern Aroostook with 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Roy tries a three-point attempt, up no good. Rebound hauled in by the Warriors. All right, Rob, so we talked about D, we talked about C, and I know these aren't B teams, but most of our listeners are B, C, and D fans up here in northern Maine, as there's only very few A teams, in this part of northern Maine anyway.
Yeah.
So
very few, meaning none.
Well, I mean, our coverage area has expanded.
Right.
We're in the Bangor region,
right,
and stuff like that now, with crews down there. But
Yep.
and Fred's looking to expand further into Augusta and Portland, and that is on the way. But why don't you talk about B just a little bit as far as on the girls' side?
Sure. I mean, Harmon is probably, I don't know if they're the favorite. They're one of 4 or 5 teams, and I still give the Holton girls, a shot. Presque Isle girls are number 1 at the moment. They had a nice win over Herman. The Waterville girls are probably the preseason favorite. Them and Herman, they've been beaten a couple times. The Old Town girls have been playing better lately. I don't think there's going to be any easy games for anybody down there.
Presque Isle barely snuck by Ellsworth today, though. Took double overtime.
Yep, and of
course Old Town.
Yep, Old Town is playing better. They were a team that people talked about in the preseason as well. So I think the Holton girls, with today's loss to Old Town, are probably going to have to play a prelim unless some strange things happen. And I also think, again, unless some strange things happen, that today's game between Holton and Old Town is probably a preview of their first-round tournament game. I think there's a really good chance that happens.
Clear picture is starting to be formed.
Yeah, there was a big gap, but now maybe somebody ahead of Old Town, who's probably now in 4th, is my guess. I haven't looked at the standings yet. Loses and Old Town wins out or something like that, and it's possible they could get up into 3, but I don't believe so. I think that's the way it's probably going to stay, and we'll see what happens. Holton handled them at home. I don't know what happened today. They lost. I'm not going to say they struggled because I don't know that, but I think the Holton girls can play with anybody. They've shown it on many occasions.
Emily Landry has scored the last 3 points here for Southern Aroostook. As Cami Shields with the steal is going to take it. Laid up and in with the left hand.
Great use of the left hand there. Then on the boys' side, I mean, I think most people's favorite's Caribou, but don't discount the Herman boys, right? They're a team. I think that's a game that if they get ahead of you, then they can dictate tempo and dictate pace of the game. They're going to cause you a lot of problems. The Ellsworth boys, again, really solid team. Team that can cause, some issues. The WA boys, we saw them a week ago today. I thought they were pretty talented. I thought their guards were very physical, very good defenders. They got size, and they got some kids that can shoot the ball. So, what else do you need? And then, the Holton boys. The Holton boys, with the type of defense that they play, that's going to keep you in any game. I would like to see the Holton boys find some more shot makers, and maybe that happened today.
The picture going to be more clear as the next couple of weeks continue. We will go ahead and take a 1-minute break and bring it back here for fourth quarter action. The score 66-13. Southern Aroostook with the lead. Back in a minute on WHOU.
Lincoln Power Sports is the leading ATV, snowmobile parts, accessories, and outdoor equipment dealer in Lincoln. Whether you're looking for the latest new products from BRP, Can-Am, Skidoo, or today's best clothing and accessories, we've got it. It's no wonder riders and customers trust Lincoln Power Sports for ATV and snowmobile service and installation of parts and accessories. Stop by our store or browse our extensive online catalog from anywhere in the world. Call 207-794-8100. We would love to hear from you.
TheCounty.me, your source for countywide sports, including scores and highlights from the Greater Holton, Presque Isle, and Caribou regions. We also are the source for all the latest daily news and community happenings for readers of the Holton Pioneer Times, the Star Herald, and the Aroostook Republican and News coverage area. Visit us now on the web at thecounty.me.
Back to start the third quarter here on WHOU. It's going to be, it was a Southern Aroostook basketball, and as the ball was tied up, the arrow will give the ball over to Fort Kent. The score 66-13. Southern Aroostook's going to come out of here with a win and advance their record to 14-0. Fort Kent still looking for that one big one that'll kind of cement them into the postseason.
Yeah, they've still got some games left. They've got a few point-worthy games to play still. Fort Kent does. 3
more games. Their next one is going to be on Tuesday at 5:30 at Madawaska. As Southern Aroostook will bring the ball up the court. Brooks. They'll go over to the right side. Emily Skinner, ball knocked away momentarily and then regained by Landry. Landry puts a shot up, no good. Rebound controlled by Brooks. Now the ball's loose along the baseline, and again we'll have a tie-up. This time the ball will stay on the opposite end of the court. It's going to be Southern Aroostook's.
So at the commercial break, I checked the standings in B girls, and the Holton girls are in 5th now with Old Town in 4th. And I don't believe that's going to change because there's quite a gap on both sides of them.
Brooks fights to retain possession. Ball went into Botting and then it was lost. Fort Kent looks to push.
Not to say that Holton couldn't still get 4th. I think they could. I think those two teams will be 4 or 5 in some order.
Aranja just couldn't come up with that pass. I know we're looking forward to it. Always a fun week. Again, if you want to see postseason basketball in the semifinal and final rounds, all 4 locations, WHOU.live is your only choice. Nobody else is covering it.
Well, you know what's going to be nice about it is we haven't talked about this, and I'm not putting anybody else down, but the quality of WHOU video. I used to get a lot of complaints from people about the other people that used to do it, and it would skip and freeze, and I don't believe that happens with our video very often.
No, you have occasional moments where somebody unplugs you or something crazy like that happens, but by and large, I watched the game the other night as the ball comes in to Botting in the post. It was at Ellsworth, the Ellsworth MDI boys game, and the quality of the picture was just unbelievable. You know, and I'm not a person that, you know, when I buy a TV, I just kind of look them over for like 2 or 3 minutes and ask the person who knows what they're talking about, you know, which one I should get, look at the prices, and you know, kind of go with it from there. I don't know a lot about it.
So are you saying you're thrifty?
I am.
Okay.
But my point is, in watching that image the other night, it really stood out how clear that was. His shot's going to be up and in. I could sit right in my kitchen and enjoy that game. It was great. Landry,
yeah, I watched the same game, and I had the same experience.
68-15 is the score. Missed shot for Fort Kent. Brooks. Over to Landry, now up the court. Shot's going to be put up and in. That's going to be Lexi Ratcliffe.
6 points for Lexi. Nice little crossover dribble there.
70-15 now. It's a 55-point lead for Southern Aroostook, and a foul will be called.
Yeah, Lexi, little hip check down bottom.
Pretty clean second half. That's only the second foul for Southern Aroostook. Fort Kent has 3.
You know, looking at these heel points, what's amazing to me is Presque Isle girls, everyone thought they would be, okay this year. They're the number 1 team, and they're the number 1 team by 10 points. And
they are.
That's a testament to Coach Hudson and the kind of program that he's built. It's just amazing year after year. And this is a year that I don't think, I don't think a lot of the so-called experts had them at the top of the heap.
No, I think you were right when you talked about how most expected it to be Waterville, Old Town, Herman. Knowing Holton was moving up a class after a 9-10 season a year ago. As Fort Kent has it, it's Morin. I'm not sure many folks expected Holton to be a top 5 seed either.
No, absolutely not. And I think if most people early in the season, if you said, hey, Holton's going to have a home playoff game, I think most people would be happy about that, honestly. I think that's a good year. It's hard because they've lost some games that maybe they could have won. Not necessarily should have, but could have. And that makes you greedy. You want more wins, and you want to stay out of that prelim game. But most people, if you'd have said, oh, hey, you can be in the top 5 and have a home prelim, a lot of people would have said, I'm in. I'll take that all day long.
A shot was off the mark from Drollett as Brooks has the outlet. Guarded by Morin. Brooks starts to go left. Now decides to pull the ball out. She's going to go up top. It's Emily Stewart. Swings it around. And the ball along the baseline saved in by Ratcliffe. Now stolen away. Here's Shayna Morin, takes it, lays it up and in. It's 17-70.
She gets her name in the book.
Under 4 minutes now remaining here in this contest. As we see Brooks pick up her dribble. Stewart stolen away again. It's Morin. Blocked by Stewart. Sticking right with the play and putting it up and in to Fort Kent. It's going to be Allie Morgan, sophomore.
Good hustle by Allie. Didn't just assume it was going to be 2 points and ran down and got herself a bucket.
And now a reach-in foul will occur. That's going to be Drollett picking up the foul. We're going to see Larissa Daigle get ready to check back in here momentarily. Brooks inbounds. It's Ratcliffe. Turnaround shot, no good. Putback shot up, no good by Botting. The ball's going to be loose. Stewart picks it up. Now a reach-in foul. Morin's going to be called for going across the arms.
Yep, no 1-on-1 though.
Brooks uses a crossover, gets in the lane, puts it up. They're going to say she took steps.
Yep, good crossover. Took too many steps at the end. Still like the move, though.
That was a tough take. Daigle finds Naranja. High post it comes. Landry. Now a shot's going to be put up. Genevieve. That shot just a little long. Stewart racing back in the other direction. To Ratcliffe. Now Brooks. As we see, Ratcliffe have to pivot. She picked up her dribble. Stewart gets into the paint. Draws a crowd, nowhere to go, and a 3-second violation will go against Southern Aroostook.
Yep, get it in there. You got to shoot it. Got time for maybe 1 or 2 pivots, and then it's going to be 3. Even if you get your shot blocked, you got to take your crack at it.
Steal by Stewart. As both coaches have gone deep into their benches. Stolen away by Fort Kent. Morgan looks up. Finds Daigle. Naranja. Her three-point attempt up. No good. We'll see if anybody touched it. And even though Body put her hands out, she did not make contact with the basketball. So Southern Aroostook will have it.
Yeah, it was tough to tell from where we are. We had a good view of it, but I couldn't see if she hit it or not.
Brooks, being patient, now picks up her dribble. Tries to find help, and Stewart instead is going to throw it away as Morin kicks it out. Daigle, Naranja, inside they go. Shot's going to be no good.
Pretty good ball movement there, though, for Fort Kent.
Morgan missed a short one. Brooks inside to Ratcliffe. Try to post move. Turnaround shot, no good. Naranja comes up with it. Genevieve kicks it out where Morin's going to leave one short. Naranja with the board. Her shot, no good. Rebound cleared. We're under a minute remaining in this contest.
Tough rebound by Ratcliffe there, right up in traffic.
At the conclusion of this game, we'll have the Pat's Pizza post-game show. As we always do, we'll have a post-game guest, as there was a 5-second count, so that will give the ball back over to Fort Kent. And Daigle, as she brings it up. It's Morin. Back over, Larissa tries a three, it's off the mark. Rebound brought in. Down to 25 seconds left. Brooks. To Body in the corner. Back up to Brooks. Down to 10 seconds. Going to be a foul take place. That'll stop the clock. And will be the 16th foul against Fort Kent. As that was Larissa Daigle picking up her third. As Ratcliffe gets the ball in, Brooks takes it, puts it up with the left hand, lays it up and in. Down to 4 seconds. 2. Daigle lets it fly. And that's going to conclude things here. It's going to be Southern Aroostook picking up a 72-19 victory over Fort Kent. We'll go ahead and take a break and allow Rob to make his way down to the court. When he comes back, we'll have the Pat's Pizza postgame show coming up on WHOU.
Katahdin Valley Health Center, or KVHC, is a network of 6 community health centers dedicated to providing affordable, comprehensive, and high-quality care to people of all ages and incomes. We accept all patients and insurances, including those who are uninsured or on main care. Our committed patient care team is here for you, offering an extensive range of services to provide you with quality health care. We're creating healthy communities starting with you. Call or visit our website today.
Tired of the same old boring meals? Try something new this week. TNT Takeout at 69 High Street in Holton has what you're looking for.
And believe me, the name doesn't lie. The food is dynamite. Every pizza is loaded with lots of gooey cheese and delicious toppings, from traditional pepperoni to barbecue chicken combination to vegetarian pizza or all meat.
You can grab their specials or enjoy salads to food off the grill, Mexican seafood, and hot or cold subs. TNT Takeout, the convenience store that has it all.
Call 521-5250.
Welcome back here on WHOU. We are in the Pat's Pizza post-game show. Rob's made his way down to the court. He's found a guest. We'll turn it over to you guys.
Thanks, Tim. I'm over here with Maddie Russell. Maddie, thanks for being with us. I know you're a little nervous. Don't be nervous. So, great game today. You guys came out and took care of business. You got another tough one coming up soon against Central Aroostook. What are you going to have to do up there?
Our defensive intensity is going to need to be really good that game. We're going to need to hit shots and stay out of foul trouble and just be really intense on defense.
I love watching you guys play because it seems like everybody's very unselfish. It doesn't seem like it matters to anybody who scores the ball.
Yeah, the team chemistry right now is really good, and we just want to win, basically.
That's a great attitude. I know your coach would love to hear that for sure. So Bangor's coming, a couple weeks. I'm pretty sure it's safe that you're going to get in. Give me a couple keys to being successful down there.
Really keeping our defense really good, and then just playing as a team and keeping our chemistry good as well.
Well, listen, another great game today. Bunch of steals, bunch of points, and an impressive win. Thanks a lot for being with us, and thanks for being our Pat's Pizza post-game guest.
Thank you.
Tim, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Rob. As he makes his way back up, Maddie and her team doing a great job today. They pick up the 72-19 win over Fort Kent. On the day, the two schools end up with a split. As again, it was the Fort Kent boys with a 68-55 victory in the first game over Southern Aroostook. And in this game, again, a 72-19 victory for Southern Aroostook. They keep on trucking as their record is now 14-0. As for Fort Kent, they dropped to 3-12. And we've got this Southern Aroostook team very firmly in first place as they look ahead to their game Monday at Central Aroostook. A big game coming up. It was a 14-point game the last time they played just 11 days ago. We'll say again for Fort Kent, their next game is at Madawaska on Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Real quickly, Rob, why don't you wrap up the scoring from this one?
Sure, let's start with Fort Kent. They were led by Desiree Hafford. She had 5. Caitlin Overlock had 4. Grace Landry had 2. Larissa Daigle had 3. Shania Morin had 2. Ailey Morgan had 2. And Sam Roy had 2 for their total of 19. Southern was led by Michaela Porter, 15 points. Emma Netto, I thought she was really good today, so was Michaela. 11 points. Maddie Russell, 12 points. Paige Vosch with 3 points. Bree Daggett with 2. Jenna Brooks with 2. Emma Landry with 4. Maddie Shields with 2. Cammie Shields with 8. Lexi Ratcliffe with 6. Jenna Brooks and Kaylee Russell with 2 apiece. And that was it.
Well, we will call it an afternoon, and we want to get home before all this bad weather starts to come in tonight and rest up a little bit because we're right back in action on Monday. We will be out to Hodgson, and it's going to be the GHCA and Hodgson boys playing each other. And we'll also be covering Southern Aroostook and Central Aroostook girls on our northern stream. So it's been a long week, Rob. 7-game week, but right back in action on Monday.
Yeah, great atmosphere the last time we did that game. I expect more of the same Monday night between the Hodgson GHCA boys. I think there'll be a good crowd there, and it should be fun.
Should be tons of fun. We want to thank our entire crew for helping make both of these broadcasts possible today. Chris Putnam back at the radio station on the board, running things on the radio side. Daniel Ross doing the production online all day long. Lori Susi running the camera. For Rob Moran on color, I am Tim Tweedy again. Final score in game number 2, 72-19. Southern Aroostook pulling out the win. Game 1, it was the Fort Kent boys with a 68-55 victory. Tune in Monday night. Our coverage will begin at 6:45 when it will be Hodgson and GHCA. Good night, everyone.